Morning, everyone. Welcome to another This Might Hurt. Hope everyone is doing well this lovely Thursday morning. Sorry, just straightening my chair. I forgot to bring my coffee. Oh well, no big deal. Yeah, had to start my car this morning. Car was frosted over. Still chilly in Albuquerque. But let's get this thing going. What's the energy for today? Death in reverse. So, what part of you doesn't want to change? Yesterday we were all about the change, right? And today we're kind of like, maybe I changed too much, or maybe I need to get back to basics. Maybe I need to call on some of the superpowers that the old me had. Maybe it's about integrating part of the old you into the new you, but some sort of stall in that transformation. Maybe. So I tell my clients all the time, there's days I'm on my A game and there's days I'm not so much. And maybe yesterday was an A game day and maybe today is not so much. And that's okay, right? The ebbs and flows of who we are and what we are, constantly going back and forth. But death in reverse tells me that there's some sort of old thinking pattern, maybe it's old identities. So I was listening to a podcast this morning talking about how relationships evolve and change. And when you haven't seen someone in a long amount of time, you expect them to be the same person they were when you last saw them, right? And everybody changes. So in 5, 10, 15 years or whatever, however long you've seen them, when you see them again, they're different. You're different. You know you're different. You want them to see you differently, but you don't always necessarily give them that same, I don't want to say grace, but it's just a subconscious thing, a woolly mammoth thing, right? It's the last time we saw them is who they are. And it's hard for us to catch up to see who they are now. So not necessarily a bad thing, but some sort of old thing coming back. And we kind of need that, right? In order to identify, appreciate, and have gratitude for the person that we are now. Two of Wands. Oh, we haven't seen her in a while, but another crossroads, another decision to be made. She has a map. I feel like the last time we talked about these, I wasn't so much focused on the map, but I'm really focused on the map today. And how there is a map for you, right? There's some sort of decision to be made. There's some sort of person that has walked before you that has left a map for you. Now, are you going to use the map or are you going to go somewhere new? Right? So she's at the end of the road here and there's a river in front of her, or she's looking at the map. And if she were to go straight, obviously there wouldn't be a road there. So is she going to do it her way, or is she going to pick up the map and do it the way it's always been done? Interesting. Still back to those old patterns, old things, right? What used to work in the past? Because our woolly mammoth, our subconscious mind is always going to go back to what worked in the past. Eight of Pentacles. It's about mastery of your trade. And we said in the Nine of Cups yesterday, it was a little bit about, or I think it was the other day, a little bit about mastery. But this is absolutely your I don't want to say job, but the thing you do, right? So yesterday I was with a client. We were talking about my job and then my job from my boss and my job from God. I don't know. It was a really weird conversation, but Eight of Pentacles about mastering. Like all of those pentacles are exactly the same. Like he's gotten to a point where even with his eyes closed, although they're not closed there, he could make those pentacles in his sleep, right? He's got more to do. He's got 2 more to go, but he's churning them out. He's doing it quick. His energy, his resource, he's doing the same thing. And when we do that, guys, when you say you could do it in your sleep, well, that means it's such a habit that the woolly mammoth can take over and do it, right? If you've listened to the book, Thinking Fast and Slow, then System 1 can do it. System 2 doesn't need to engage, right? Because there's too much energy in that. But yeah, doing the thing over and over again until it becomes a habit, a subconscious thing that can perpetuate the thing that you're trying to learn, right? Let's just look at the keywords real quick and see what they say. So the Eight of Pentacles, mastering your craft or creating a body of work. Exactly what I said, mastering your craft. And maybe that's, I've been taking some classes on some kind of esoteric-y things, and maybe it's about time to pick that up, right? Become that master. Do that thing. One more card before advice. Okay, well, there's the advice and there's the card. We got all of these yesterday. Interesting. Page of Wands in the upright, and that's, taking that creative idea that you had, the ace through the 10, and putting it into practice. I am going to look at the keywords today. I didn't yesterday. A new job, a raise, family, or money. I feel like this reading might be about your job, right? Maybe it's about your job. Maybe you're at this crossroads where you're trying to decide if you want to keep this job or get another one. Maybe you like where things are. Maybe you like the status quo. But in order to master your trade, you might need to do something different. You might need to get a new job, right? It might feel stagnant. And that's just a possibility for somebody watching. It might be about your job. I often read for shadow work, so if we were going to put that spin on it, what kind of thinking patterns are coming back? And do you need to use them, or are you going to try something new? Are you going to let system 1 take over, or are we going to engage system 2 with the subconscious mind, right? And then with all of that, are we going to do something new? Are we going to be creative about the new thing? Can we integrate the old and the new and create something different, right? But that honors the old and honors the new at the same time. The advice is 9 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So 9 of Wands, I always see that as boundaries when it's in the upright. But I like that it's all pens, and I like that he's writing. So I feel like journaling could help. And then 5 of Wands, so we talk about the chaos of our mind. And I tell my clients all the time, the things that we think are bad, we can always use as superpowers. So we have this ability to wrestle with things in our mind and have this chaos. And we need chaos in order to have order, right? Order comes out of chaos. And the 5 of Wands in the upright would talk about some sort of rivalry, challenges, right? Obstacles. But those are the things that help us grow. Those are the things that help us learn, right? When we can overcome those challenges, overcome those obstacles, then we are... we're learning and growing, right? And then the next time we meet that challenge or that obstacle, we've already overcome it. And then system 1 knows we can do this. And system 1 might even be the one that does it, right? The 9 of Wands in the upright, test of courage and patience and your boundaries. Just making sure that you're doing what's right for you, right? Don't let anybody talk you into shit. Set up the boundaries. I mean, that's always a good rule of thumb, advice for any reading. Trying to see if I can, there we go. So didn't hurt too much today. Let's talk about what's at the bottom of the deck, what we don't see coming. Victory. A lot of wands today. We have all wands. All wands in the reading except for 1 pentacle with the mastery. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 wands. And the 6 of wands, obviously victory, right? She's riding through town and showing everyone that she is victorious. We have 5, 6, and then we have 8 and 9 as far as the numerologies go. So things are progressing, right? Things are progressing, but you will be victorious in this situation. Whatever it is that you're mastering, whatever it is that you've decided to pull some of the old into and make that decision and proceed mindfully in a new way of thinking. Allow the chaos, right? Let the chaos happen. And I'm thinking of that movie. Do you guys remember Parenthood, right, with Steve Martin? And at the very end, his wife tells him that she's pregnant, and he's like, oh my God, here we go again, da-da-da-da. And he's like, life is such a roller coaster. And then it kind of cuts to the two of them on a roller coaster, and she's having a blast, and he's just like holding on for dear life and freaking out. Are you going to enjoy the roller coaster, guys? Or are you going to be afraid of it? So let go, have some fun. Enjoy the journey, right? Enjoy the journey. I'm going to leave it there. We'll talk tomorrow.